Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Podcast, episode 301. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian, and we're back for another week of, everything, right?
All
like
of
just
the things.
everything.
There was a lot of things that have happened since last time we recorded.
Which was definitely last week, not December 3rd. It was last week. If you haven't heard those episodes, go back and find them.
Yeah, no, they're out there somewhere. Maybe on the deep web.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this. There's the dark web, right?
That's the one I meant.
No, but the deep web is darker than the dark web.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
So
one
yes,
below the
that's
dark
right.
web. Yeah, the deep web.
Yeah. And those podcasts are available for Bitcoin. That's,
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, not Bitcoin. You can't use Bitcoin anymore. What the hell are we on now? Ripple? Ryblox? Something? I don't know.
I still take Bitcoin.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
You know, that's crashed a lot.
Well, yeah, but the homeless guy doesn't know that. I just give him a gift certificate that says valid for 4 Bitcoins, and he's pretty happy with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
fair enough. But yeah, we're back for all of the things.
We're back for things.
We're calling this the beginning of season 3 because, we were gone for a while. I was gone for a while.
I was gone for a bit. We took
Yeah.
some extended holiday time.
Yeah.
I was gone probably about 3 weeks. You were gone.
I was gone for 36 days.
Yeah, a little bit more than me. Yeah. But welcome home.
Thanks.
Unfortunately, for the first quarter of season 3, will be a little bit more sporadic. Maybe better about doing shots of culture.
I was going to say, you may be getting some episodes from outside of the United States
Yes.
over the next couple months.
Correct. But we're gonna do a little bit better about doing on location for me and a little bit more out of the country for you. But after that, we're in it.
Yeah.
We're in it.
Yeah, I think by mid-April, I think we should... Fuck, that's so far away.
Really, the problem is I don't drink as much when we're not doing this. And I've noticed I am an angry sober man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a happy drunk,
fair.
angry sober.
Okay.
And a lot of people get that backwards. No, I'm not.
All right.
So let's get started.
Let's do this.
We are drinking Copperworks Distillery.
Which we featured at least once or twice on the
Several,
show.
absolutely. And this is the American Single Malt Whiskey. Now, this is the number 10 release. Okay, so this one was aged in 39 months in 6 casks of new American oak. The recipe for this was 5 malt and pale malt. So this was the first whiskey they've done where they've done 2 different types of malt.
Interesting.
Now, a little bit more about the number 10 before we start pouring it. I bottled this entire run.
Okay.
Now, I didn't do the bottling myself, but every single one of these 1,380 bottles, actually we did a little bit more than that. I literally corked every single one of these.
Wow.
So, yeah. Let's go. Go
Okay.
ahead. Some neat for you, some neat analysis for me.
Actually, can you do that? I screwed up my
yeah,
thumb.
look at that.
Bought a new mandolin and tried to make some homemade sweet potato chips.
Oh, that goes your finger right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Madeleines are the worst.
So this bled for like 2 hours. I kind of have very little grip in that now. So
Yep.
I don't want to
Nope.
take the chance. So
Especially
I
since
appreciate
10's almost sold out at this point.
Right.
All right. So let's get to work.
Okay.
It's just so good.
It is so good.
Very caramel.
Yeah. You don't get you get a delayed burn.
Yep.
So typically, when you're drinking straight whiskey, you feel it in the back of your throat. I didn't feel this till it got to about mid sternum, and even then, it was very subtle. It's kind of it's got a very caramel finish to it. Now, were these charred barrels or just plain new?
Plain new white
Okay,
oak.
because I was gonna say I don't get the
Nope.
like that burnt smoky flavor to it.
Well, I mean, you got smoke. We got El Dorado still.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it's good.
Which I had
like
like
it.
3 glasses of that.
Yeah.
But,
We'll get into that.
Yeah, no, this is delicious. I have still yet to find one of their whiskeys that I don't thoroughly enjoy.
So what I appreciate about them is they have been optioned to be purchased twice now. Mm-hmm. And both times they said no. I talked to the guy who owns it, and he's like, it was more money than I ever thought this would be worth. And financially speaking, I'd be dumb not to. He goes, but it's a labor of love, and I'm not hurting yet, so I'm going to keep doing it.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
Nice.
Now, before we move on to our usual rant stuff, there's some things we need to address. So we found out my wife listens to every episode twice. My dad listens to every episode.
Yeah, he does.
And my boss listens to every episode. So if you are one of those three people, my wife, my boss, or my dad, Jay, I don't know if you saw those boxes when you came in right there by the couch.
Yeah.
I ordered you guys presents.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good
so
call.
just like don't listen for like the next 30 seconds. It's not about you. It's about the present. I don't want to spoil it. Look, man, we are fucked.
Yeah.
My boss finds out how little I work, and my dad finds out I'm cussing because I've been with my mistress, which will piss off my wife. Like the whole system breaks, man.
This is why I don't tell people I do a podcast.
Oh my god. We need to lie more, right?
Can we lie more? Oh, we lie a lot as it is.
Oh shit.
But we also drink a lot as it is. So I don't remember half the lies we tell.
Smart.
Yeah.
If I just drink enough where I'm always drunk, I'll be in the same state of mind. I'll remember the lies. It's the
There you
problem is
go.
when I get sober. Okay.
And you get angry.
And I get angry when
Yeah.
I'm sober. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good
Okay.
talk. Yeah. Okay.
So those are great presents.
I thought they would like them a
yeah,
lot.
Yeah,
I think they'd
sounds
like
good.
them a lot.
Sounds
yeah.
good.
So let's kind of get into what have we been watching.
So this is funny. It's been 7 weeks since we recorded.
You haven't watched anything.
I have watched some stuff.
Oh, okay.
But not as much as you would think that I would watch over 7 weeks, given how much I normally watch.
Right.
But because I was working quite a bit, I didn't get a chance to watch that much. But so here's the high. No, I
Overall,
don't want
that
to say
for me.
high points. Here's all the superhero shows. Watch those. Done.
Okay.
Don't need to talk about those. Finally finished Sopranos.
Oh, hey.
Took only 10 years late. No big deal.
How was that ending for
I
you?
knew what the ending was.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't a shock. It was interesting to see how it was done, though, because that's not what I was expecting.
Okay.
I knew it was he's in a room, somebody opens the door, and then it fades to black. I was going into this, he's in that safe house or whatever, hiding out.
Right.
I kind of assumed it was going to be in that room. And then when it ends up being in this restaurant at the end, I'm like, okay.
It's not just a room necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
Also, Meta needs to learn how to fucking parallel park. That was ridiculous. So, anyways, finished that. Finished season 7 of Entourage, so I got one season or a movie left of that.
Okay.
I'm caught up on Vikings.
Which I'm not.
Okay, so there is a big battle that happens.
Right, you were saying this on Sunday.
One of the most brutal battle scenes I have ever seen, and it was amazing.
Which I'm in for.
There's a guy that gets hit in the face with the sledgehammer type thing, and you see the sides of his face kind of explode out, and you see people getting their arms cut off, or there's a guy who the sword goes through his arm and it's just dangling by the muscle underneath. And
So, I've gone through 4 seasons. This sounds different production value than what they've been before.
This season seems like it's a little bit hyped up, yeah.
Okay.
They took it up a notch, and really it wasn't even until the last 2 or 3 episodes that have aired that I was just like, wow, this is crazy. This whole battle that happens is just it's really well done.
Interesting. I wonder what happened. Or did they realize more people are watching? Did they get a bigger budget?
Maybe.
Or is this an attempt to get more people to watch?
I'm almost wondering if they brought in a different producer or director or
Right.
cinematographer for these couple episodes.
Okay.
So yeah, caught up on that. Season 1 of The Gifted ended.
Yes.
It was only 13 episodes, so I finished that. The end of it kind of finishes with some of the mutants deciding they don't want to be on the good side anymore. So they form their own team of evil mutants or
Sure, why? Yeah, the Brotherhood.
a club of sorts.
Oh, wait a minute. The Bullet Club's in this?
Yeah. Yeah, didn't I tell you that?
No.
this-
Oh,
this
man.
is
No,
where
man. Yeah, okay.
Stardust showed up.
It's too soon, Jay.
So yeah, there's that. I'm caught up on Nashville so far. This is its final season. They have said that.
Oh, is it?
It
That's
is.
it?
Yep,
Because
yep.
Connie Britton's out, right?
She was out as of last year.
Yeah, so.
So we're, I think, 5 or 6 episodes into this season so far. Hayden Panettiere's character is essentially getting caught up in Scientology, but they're not calling it Scientology because
Sure.
it's still a Hollywood show. So that's good. Riverdale's been really good. Nightfall.
Okay, yes. You've told me a little bit about this.
So I'm now caught up on Nightfall.
Okay. Do I need to be caught up on Nightfall?
I think you would enjoy it.
Awesome.
In that it kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed.
Fine. I don't work anyways. I'll watch this instead.
There you go.
Fuck. I mean, I work diligently.
Right. You can multitask.
Yes.
So it's like 8 or 9 episodes so far. I think it's 8. Anyways, so this is all about the Knights Templar in I guess the Renaissance or whatever, trying to find the Holy Grail. They were the protectors of the cup. It got lost in the Battle of Acre, and now they're trying to recover it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Has anyone said the word Carbonac or Carbonac or anything like that yet?
Not that I recall. Okay.
I'm just checking historical accuracy.
Oh, I have to assume it's not accurate at all.
Well, I can hope.
At one point, there's this whole storyline with the Pope that I'm pretty sure never happens. So, pretty good, though. It is the first couple of episodes. It's hard to keep track of who's who because they're all running around in the same Templar uniform. There's 2 guys that have the same Caesar haircut and short beard. I'm like,
sure.
Which is which? Yeah. Good show, though. And then I just started another show last night, Britannia, which is, do you remember Tin Star that I watched?
Yes.
And it was co-produced between Amazon and Sky Network.
Yeah.
Same thing on this one.
Okay, so Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
And like 9 episodes are up already. This one is about the Romans invading Britannia in the year like 43 CE.
Okay.
Trying to defeat the Druids that are there and expand the Roman Empire. So it's another. I'm falling into all these like timepiece dramas.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love those.
Yeah. So like I said, I've only watched 1 episode so far. It's kind of confusing, but it's kind of good so far. For those of you that watch Walking Dead, David Morrissey, who played the governor, plays the leader of the Roman army that's invading Britannia.
All right, I can see him doing that.
It took me a second to figure out who it was. I'm like, I know this guy. Why do I know this guy? And I IMDb'd it, and that's who it was.
I can see that.
It's pretty much all my TV.
Okay, I'm not going to touch on all my TV because I have been fiending on TV. Jessica has been sick for like 3 weeks. So all we've done when I gotten home is make her soup and watch TV.
Fair.
Not complaining.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
I'm going to save the wrestling portion to the end.
Yeah. I was waiting for that.
Yeah. We'll get to that to the end because that mine involves a couple things that yours doesn't.
Okay.
So I've started the Grand Tour.
Okay.
I've watched a little bit of episodes here and there, but I'm like, no, I'm going to sit down and really watch it. Are you familiar with the Grand Tour?
Yes.
Okay. So those of you who are not, this is Amazon Prime's version of Top Gear. Same 3 guys who did Top Gear are doing Grand Tour. And it's fantastic. I love it. Obviously, you learn a lot about cars. It also has a negative effect on me because since watching it, I was like, well, yeah, I do need a turbo engine. And then I went and got a turbo engine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
how's that premium gas going for you?
So my premium gas at Costco, still cheaper than regular gas at Chevron.
Okay.
But it was $2.98 this morning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Downside of that car. Yeah. So Grand Tour, it's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
They don't focus on the cars as much. It's like 50% cars, 50% humor and skits.
Sure.
Which I'm okay with. I would like a little bit more on the car side.
Okay.
But the nice part is I can have this playing and Jessica's just not. It's like, oh, turn this off. She's like, oh, this is funny.
Right.
So she's fine sitting through an episode or 2.
Okay.
So fine. Speaking of sitting through shows, Jessica loves American Housewife.
Okay.
And the only reason I wrote this down is because this current season, surprisingly, so much better.
Oh, really?
Like, it's now at the point where I'm all like, she's like, the new episode of American Housewives on. I'll be like, yeah, turn it on. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm not like, we can save that till we're done with our queue. No, turn it on. I like it.
Okay, good.
Are you caught up on Bob's Burgers?
No, I have not watched it since I got back.
So have you not watched The Bleakening, the Christmas episode?
When did it come out? Was it like the week of Christmas?
The week before, maybe.
No, probably not because I left on the 17th.
It is probably the best musical episode of Bob's Burgers ever.
Okay. I will tell you right now if I've seen it.
Okay.
Keep talking about it.
Well, you would know because it involves like the trannies singing about Christmas lights. Teddy's dressed up like an inflatable Santa Claus. You would not forget this episode.
Nope. That is the last one I need to watch. It came out on the 10th, and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
And it's a part 1. It was a 2-part episode?
It originally aired as a 40-minute long, but then Hulu broke it up into 2.
Okay, got it.
Another show we've started is Lost LA to Vegas.
Oh, my God. Why? Why would you do that to yourself?
Let me tell you right now about this show.
It's fucking terrible.
It's
going to be canceled after 4 episodes.
Atrocious. We made it through 2, and I was afraid that Jessica wanted to keep going. And I look at him like, do you want to do episode 3? Like, totally neutral, because I was on my iPad anyways, fucking around. And she's like, no. And I'm like, yes. Like, remove it from favorites? She goes, yes. All right. Good news. Hey, guys, don't watch it.
Don't do it.
It's garbage.
It is. Yeah, just from the trailers or the previews, I'm like, there's no way this is going to be a good show.
Superstore.
Uh-huh.
Continuing to rise in my ranks of awesome. Just throwing that out there really fast.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about wrestling.
All right.
Now, before we get to the Royal Rumble, which is what we did this weekend.
Yes.
Before I get to NXT TakeOver, which is what I did after the lacrosse game.
Uh-huh.
I want to talk about Wrestle Kingdom 12. Okay.
The fuck is that?
Wrestle Kingdom is New Japan's version of WrestleMania.
Okay.
This was a 6-hour-long event. No pre-show, all wrestling. No pre-show.
Did every person on their roster compete?
No.
Jesus. So before you talk to me about this, let me ask you. I overheard you say you have a subscription to their.
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What does that run a month?
$9.99.
Okay, so
$9.99 yen.
So 90 cents.
No, 999 yen.
Oh.
So it translates to American as like 948.
Yeah. Because it's about $1 per 100 yen. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad.
It's not bad. I did find out they've been charging me twice a month though.
Oh.
So I sent them an email and they said they'll look into it and if they figure out what happened, they'll just
credit or
reimburse me.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine. Awesome. Let me tell you about the difficulties with New Japan.
Okay.
It's a Japanese production.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have an American website. So you have to rely on Google Translate to translate the website for you.
Which used to be fine.
Still's okay.
Okay.
Still's okay.
Because what I've started running into with Google Translate is a lot of people are making images with text embedded in it as their website. So when you go to translate, it doesn't translate the text.
You do get a bit of that.
Yeah. Okay.
But the nice part is they have realized America is a bigger audience for them than they thought.
Okay.
They're doing their second American show in March, and it sold out in 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Starting with Wrestle Kingdom 12, because before they would record everything and live stream it in Japanese.
Okay.
And then the American announcers would do an audio version over.
Sure. They would
weeks later.
Yeah.
Now it's live. They have 2 announcer tables there, English, Japanese, so I don't have to wait. And that started with Wrestle Kingdom 12.
So when somebody gets powerbombed through a table, is it the American table?
It was the American table.
Yeah. Okay.
So the reason that some of this is so long is one of the matches was an hour and 10 minutes.
Jeez, that's too long.
It wasn't.
Really?
Fucking edge of my seat. Jessica had to be like, I can't watch any more of this. She's like, I'm too tense. It's just too much.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
She had to walk away from the main event. So the reason I wanted Wrestle Kingdom 12 was the Alpha versus the Omega. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega.
Oh boy.
This was it. This was it. Jericho left WWE, went back to New Japan.
Right.
And that match was fucking crazy.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
And then they just had a pay-per-view 2 nights ago. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
Where Kenny Omega, the leader of the Bullet Club, and Cody Rhodes got into it.
Okay.
And Kenny Omega looks like he's leaving the Bullet Club.
Oh.
He never wanted to be in it in the first place.
Okay.
He's obviously with the guys led it to where it is now. He feels like it's a good enough place. This is behind the scenes.
Sure.
He never wanted to be in it. He felt like it's at a point now where he can leave it and it would continue to still do well.
Yeah.
So that's the next big stuff that's going behind the scenes. I haven't watched this newest pay-per-view yet. I'll probably do it Saturday morning while Jessica's sleeping. So good. You know what I mean? Keep going?
Sure.
But man, so good. Like, I'll show you just the highlights of that Omega Jericho match.
Okay.
Blew my mind. So, let's get into
the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
Which I keep calling WrestleMania because they kept focusing on that damn WrestleMania sign.
So, a lot of stuff happened. There was 2 Rumble matches, the men's and the women's.
Right.
And those both were a lot of fun.
Oh, they were, absolutely.
The other matches around the wrestling, we can ignore all those.
Yeah.
Ignore all those. The men's Royal Rumble was a lot of fun. The women's Royal Rumble was historic. First ever 30-time women Royal Rumble.
Right.
Everyone knew, and we all kept talking about Ronda Rousey. Where's Ronda Rousey? So, a little backstory for everybody. Mostly just Brutal. Frugal Brutal's listening in the Beard. All right, Beard was there anyways.
Oh, yeah. He
didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
There's not 30 women on the WWE roster. No. There is 18.
Right.
Which means those 12 spots had to be filled by other people.
Yes.
Now, I assumed it was going to be NXT superstars and people from the Mae Young Classic.
Sure.
No. The majority of it, minus 2 girls, were older women who used to be divas.
There was a lot of the throwback. You had
Michelle McCool,
which I think
Mrs. Undertaker.
I think out of all of the non-current roster people that showed up, she was the one I was most shocked by.
Yeah.
But yes, you had her. You had
Lita.
Lita was there.
Trish Stratus. Molly Holly.
Molly Holly. Jesus.
Who else was there?
God, there's the blonde girl.
Tracy. No. Vicky Guerrero.
Oh yeah, that was
Kelly.
Stupid. Kelly was there. Who was the other blonde girl that?
I think that was it.
Anyways, okay.
So they brought in a lot of the older women.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised because they didn't job out, but they got rid of some of the younger women pretty quickly.
Right.
And on the one hand, I understand it because these women were in wrestling when women weren't taken seriously. This was their opportunity to be taken seriously.
Yeah, they were mostly valets or something like that.
Managers or bra and panty matches.
Yeah.
But no Ronda Rousey.
No.
Asuka won. And then it was all over. She was about to announce who her WrestleMania event was going to be against. And then Ronda Rousey showed up. She pointed at the WrestleMania sign. She went and shook hands with Stephanie McMahon, pointed at the sign again, and walked away.
You forget.
And she tried to shake Asuka's hand.
Yeah, and Asuka said no.
Because Asuka's one of the greatest heels ever.
So my problem with that whole situation, 1, she didn't say a goddamn word. 2, who the fuck does she think she's fighting at WrestleMania? Because at that point, Asuka didn't choose who her opponent is. So I was reading that people are assuming that she's going to fight Charlotte Flair and Asuka's going to fight Alexa Bliss.
It is going to be Charlotte.
Okay.
And we know that from SmackDown this week.
Okay.
Charlotte was talking a lot about Ronda, where Alexa didn't even bring her up. So we know it's going to be Charlotte. Here's what I thought was very interesting about that. 2 things. 1, she came out wearing Roddy Piper's shirt.
Yes.
Which is now available for purchase as Ronda.
Right.
Rowdy Ronda
Rousey.
And
it said Hot Ronda or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
The jacket she wore, you know how it's all like, that's fucking Rowdy's jacket. Mm-hmm. It was actually Hot Rod's jacket. The son gave it to her, like maybe they said a couple hours beforehand.
Okay.
But here's what I think is interesting. A lot of the women behind the scenes, not on air, not publicly, are really pissed off about what happened.
Why's that?
Because they had this historic first time ever match, and all anyone said was Ronda Rousey.
Got it.
So this historic match that went on for over an hour was overshadowed by 2 minutes of Ronda, because that's all any ESPN picked up.
Right.
That's all CBS News. That's all anybody picked up was Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
So,
well, let me ask you this: had she not shown up, do you think that match would have got any coverage on the likes of ESPN?
Yes.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because ESPN now they share. So the guy who's now Monday Night's new commentator, Jonathan Coachman.
Okay.
He also is an ESPN commentator. Like they're really ESPN app. Now when you choose your favorite sports, you can now add WWE and it will update you on the ESPN app.
Oh, interesting.
So ESPN is now in CBS too. They're taking this stuff as legitimate.
Okay.
So that was Royal Rumble. It was fine. It was fun with everybody. Not even close as good as TakeOver was. NXT TakeOver.
It was interesting to see Shinsuke Nakamura win the men's.
Yes.
Because this is really his first year on... He's been on the main roster less than a year. Because it was after...
Yeah, he rolled up Survivors. He rolled up in Survivor Series, I believe. Around that... No, before.
No. So I watched... Was it SummerSlam I watched here last year?
Yes.
So I watched Raw or SmackDown, whichever one he's on.
2 days later.
2 days later, and that's when he made his
debut. It was SmackDown after SummerSlam.
So less than a year, and now he's already won the Royal Rumble.
Well, if you think about it, they brought Shinsuke over...
From New Japan, right?
From New Japan, where he was the guy. Like, he was... Like, right now, the guy is Naito.
Okay.
He was the guy. He was John Cena to New Japan. They still have signs for Shinsuke over there.
Okay.
The only reason he went to NXT for a little while was not to develop his skills. His English was not very good. So he had a voice trainer, much like, remember how during the Rumble, Cien Almas came out? And I was like, holy shit, fucking Cien Almas. Like, I got excited. Everyone else was like, who the fuck is this?
Right.
The only reason he went to NXT is he didn't speak any English.
Okay.
So he's been working with a voice woman for the past year.
Okay.
So he'll be moving up here pretty soon.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, wrestling talk.
Yeah.
That's about
it. Was entertaining.
It was.
Yeah.
Did you watch any movies?
Since we last recorded, I've watched 2 movies. Both of them in Rockford, Illinois.
What 2 did you watch?
I watched... You're gonna make fun of me for this, but I don't give a fuck. I watched The Greatest Showman.
Oh, no. I hear phenomenal things about that.
Yeah. And Pitch Perfect 3.
That one I'm going to make fun of you about.
But I enjoyed the hell out of the first 2.
Oh, so you've seen the first 2?
Oh, absolutely.
Pitch, please.
Anna Kendrick?
Okay, don't get me wrong. I love me some Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, right?
Love me some Anna Kendrick. I have not seen any of the Pitch movies. Mm-hmm. I hear good things about them. I hear that they can be a guilty pleasure for anybody because they're just funny.
Oh,
and
they're
fun.
Yeah. I think this one tried a little too hard.
Are they go to that same well too many times? Like there's not enough.
Well, they were trying to add like some depth to some of the characters.
No, don't do that.
And it just didn't. I was like, I don't care about you and your daddy issues.
Don't make them real people.
Right.
Don't make them real people.
Yeah. But Elizabeth Banks and
that one guy.
Yep.
Nobody knows his name. Don't worry.
Hilarious in this again. They're literally like following these people around in their day-to-day life now that they're done with competition, trying to make a documentary about them. So I'm like, okay, that's funny that these people are like they're consistently one of the best parts of these movies.
I've never seen any of the movies.
Yeah.
But every time I see the trailers and see those 2 at the announcers desk talking, I'm like, well, you 2 seem great.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that's the only movies I watched. What about you?
I watched 5 movies.
Oh, okay.
Not all of them are new.
Sure.
So I watched Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Okay.
I watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which seen previously and talked about previously on air.
Yeah.
From Russia with Love.
Wow.
Kingsman: Golden Circle.
Okay.
And The Cult of Chucky, which is the newest Child's Play movie.
Yeah.
Really fast. Fantastic Beasts. It was fun the first time, fun the second time. From Russia with Love, Adrian loves Bond.
Oh, absolutely.
I love Bond so much that people don't realize how much I love Bond because people would be like, for instance, someone came in my office and we're just talking, and he keeps looking at me. I'm like, did you want a cup of coffee? He goes, something about your mug just looks familiar. I'm like, oh, have you watching the newer Bond movies? Yeah, this is the same mug that the new Q has. So it's shit like that. People are like, seriously? Like, yeah, I don't think people realize how deep that love goes.
Sure.
How deep that love is. I have every Bond movie on DVD.
Yep.
And then when it came out, I got the Blu-ray sets.
Uh-huh.
And then when it came out as one collected Blu-ray set, I got that set.
And I've seen that. That is impressive.
So
now, here's my question about that.
Yeah.
Do you still have the Blu-rays in that set? Like the
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know you put everything in a CD wallet.
Just the DVDs.
Okay.
So
all
I could
your
just
Blu-rays are still in
all
cases.
my Blu-rays are still in the Blu-ray cases. Okay. I put all the DVDs in the wallet so I can just throw out all the DVD cases are in a big box in my attic.
Okay.
Obviously, From Russia with Love, like all the Connery stuff only holds up for nostalgic sake. Visibly going back, you're like, well, this is not a great movie.
I disagree. I think they're amazing still.
So here's what I'm going to touch on. One, I still think they're good. I still enjoy them. The cinematography is not great, and the technology is obviously no longer there. The interesting thing I found reading an article was that millennials think the Sean Connery Bond is a rapist. And I say he's a man of the times.
Yeah.
He's a man of the time. Things were different back then.
Sure. I mean, he wasn't a misogynist because he thought his woman ended up or needed to be either in the bed or the kitchen. That's just what it was.
It was both, the bed and the kitchen.
Right. Meanwhile, he's getting served a drink by a black guy who can't speak English. What? Like, it's all...
Well, but
it's the times.
Here's the thing, though. It's not the times. And here's why. If I just watched Spectre again, because why the fuck would I watch Spectre again?
Sure.
James Bond literally kind of pushed himself on a grieving widow whose husband died 2 scenes beforehand.
Yeah.
So, rapist, I think he's just a grief counselor that uses his dick.
Sure.
That's just a different method we haven't explored yet. He's a pioneer in the industry.
I'm pretty sure that there's a saying that's fairly well known that says the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else.
That's the one.
He's just propagating the message. That's all it is.
Jessica and I got a fight in Saturday, and you better believe it. I'm over the fight now.
All right. So, you want to talk about any of your other movies? Or?
Yeah, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, don't worry.
I need to.
It sucked. Okay, moving on. Cult of Chucky.
You and your horror movies.
Man, so Cult of Chucky did not go to theaters.
I didn't realize it was never in theaters.
No, neither was Curse of Chucky. Cult of Chucky only came out like a month ago.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they didn't go to theaters because why? No one goes to horror movies in theaters anymore, really.
Right.
But their direct-to-DVD sales and Blu-ray and streaming, it's phenomenal.
Okay.
So the Cult of Chucky is a direct sequel to The Curse of Chucky.
Right.
And it was great.
Okay.
It was just so much fucking fun. They definitely changed some things with the Chucky lore where you're like, well, he couldn't do that before. That's new. I don't care. It was fun. I didn't expect the ending to come out the way it ended at all. Fucking came out of the blue. Cannot wait to see what the next one is.
Okay. Do they have the next one planned already?
Oh, they have to.
Yeah.
So the guy who wrote this is the same guy who's written every single other Chucky movie.
Oh,
ever.
really?
It's always been the same writer, and he's been the same director and producer.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's been the Chucky guy. So what I thought was interesting is, so do you remember the original ones? Okay, so Chucky was a serial killer, put his soul into a little boy doll. The doll went home with his kid, and he kept trying to take control of the kid.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to be stuck in a doll. He wanted to put his soul back into a human.
Yep.
Succeeded at the end of this movie.
Oh, interesting.
So at the end of this movie, Chucky walks away in the body of like a 26-year-old woman.
And then?
That's where the movie ends.
Okay.
So
I was thinking of what my natural progression would be at that point.
No. So him and Tiffany, the bride of Chucky, the little doll, drive off, and that's where the movie ends.
Okay.
So it's the same girl that he terrorized in the movie before.
Okay.
And it's good. I liked it. It was solid.
Fair enough.
Before we get into comic books, anything other topics you want to touch on?
I don't know. We went to a lacrosse game. I don't know if you want to talk about that.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I have 2 video games I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
Did I talk about the end of Assassin's Creed?
No.
Okay, it fucking pissed me off.
Are you talking about the game?
Yes, Assassin's Creed Origins.
The newest game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did talk about it?
No.
Fucking pissed me off.
Okay.
So the whole game, you're playing as the main male character, right?
Okay.
And you're going through the game, and it's all about the origin of the assassins. You're like, cool. This guy's the origin of the assassins. You do the last quest, and the end cutscene is all about his wife and how she left him and she started the assassins. Fuck you. I also just realized we never checked our levels. Mine looks okay. How's yours?
I think mine's pretty good too. Yeah, okay.
Fuck you. So now they're like, hey, learn more about Bayek's story by downloading the next 2 DLCs. No, you go fuck yourself. You tell the story in its full right in the game, and I'll buy your DLCs for the extra content.
Right.
But not to keep the story going.
No.
Below me, Ubisoft. Very upset by this. I've been playing another Ubisoft game that I've really been enjoying, though.
What's that one?
The Stick of Truth.
The Stick of Truth?
It is the first South Park game. So the second one's out, The Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, okay.
Now what you guys think? Fractured but B-U-T hole. W-H-O-L-E.
Right.
Not fractured butthole as in,
No. Of course not.
You do fart in the game and you use the power to fart and for flames and shit.
Oh, jeez.
So the Stick of Truth was their first game. So when you
Okay.
buy Fractured Butthole, up until the end of January, so today, you could download the Stick of
it is
Truth
the
for
end of
free.
January.
Yeah, today's January 31st. So I've been playing the Stick of Truth.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. Like,
Okay.
I know it won all these awards, and everyone's talking about how great it is, and it's so much fun. And I was like, okay, sure. And now I'm playing it. I'm like, yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like, it's funny. The gameplay is fun. It's challenging. There's good puzzles. The quests are enjoyable. I'm like, this is a fucking solid game.
Okay.
Solid game.
All right.
Okay. Comics?
I literally only read 2 comics.
Okay.
I bought a shit ton of comics. I don't remember what. I'm still playing catch up.
Sure.
I only read 2.
I do have some comic news for you.
Okay. Let's start there.
Our friend, Brian Michael Bendis. Well, he's a friend of the show.
Is he?
I talked to him a couple weeks ago.
What's he done that we liked?
Ultimate Spider-Man,
Really, I never read it. I mean, like, I hear it's really good.
Daredevil.
I never
Like
read it.
120 issues of Daredevil.
I know he... Is that the... No, you were supposed to give me that Frank Miller run on Daredevil.
I have that too.
Call back to 4 years ago and that never happened.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you remind me to get those for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great run on Daredevil, like phenomenal run on Daredevil.
Sure.
He willingly gave up his image to be somebody who got murdered in Nailbiter by Joshua Williamson.
Oh, okay.
And they even called him Brian Michael Bendis.
Oh, interesting.
So he got murdered in
Okay.
that book. Which,
All right.
Cool.
Fair enough.
So he's been announced to do a short run on Superman. Now that he's a DC exclusive.
Right.
He was in the hospital recently.
Oh.
So things got pushed back a little bit. But that's
Sure.
fine. He sells a short story coming out in the Action Comics 1000.
Okay.
He's doing a short run on Superman, but we now know his new permanent project. So this morning, he sent out a message on Twitter that just said, everyone's been asking what's next. And then the following message is a little GIF of Michael Keaton sitting down and then standing up with the bat symbol behind him.
Okay.
So Brian Michael Bendis will be taking over Batman, or at least a Bat title.
Batman Beyond, maybe?
No.
No? All right.
No, it's going to be Batman proper.
Okay. I'm good with that. He's a local guy, though, right?
Portland.
Oh, he's Portland. I thought he was Seattle. Did he used to be Seattle?
Mm-mm. He's always in Portland. Are you thinking of Rucka?
No,
Jerwa?
Ruckus Portland. Jerwa's
Jerwa's here.
Olympia, Lacey.
No, he's Seattle proper. He used to be Bellevue.
There was somebody with 3 names that used to live in Seattle. I really thought it was Bendis. Anyways, okay.
Nope. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm curious to see if it's gonna be like the main title, or if he's gonna take over, or if he's gonna come up with like a.
I don't know. Rumor is Tom
Detective.
King's leaving Batman proper, so we'll see.
Well, that would make sense then.
Yeah.
That would tie in.
We do know that they're ending the Justice League book.
Okay.
Scott, after Batman Metal, Scott Snyder's writing a 4-part Justice League series.
Okay.
And then we're going to get 4 new Justice League titles with 4 new teams.
Jeez, no.
So, ready for the teams?
Uh-huh.
Team 1, Superman,
Okay.
Starfire, Sinestro, and Starro. Team 2 is The Flash, Beast Boy, Cyborg, someone else I don't care about, and Deathstroke. Team 3, Zatanna,
Okay.
Etrigan the Demon, Raven,
Oh,
and Wonder Woman.
the fuck?
Because each team has a villain, a Teen Titan, and a original Justice League member.
Sure.
And the last team is Batman, Damian. Oh no, this is the one that Deathstroke's on it with Lex Luthor and Brainiac.
Yeah, I'm not buying any of that shit. None of that sounds good.
I say that now, but as you see on the top of my stack is Avengers 678. So we all know when I say I'm not buying that, we don't mean it.
I'm not buying that.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not.
Okay.
So what's on your pulls this week, buddy?
I don't know. I bought a bunch of shit.
All right.
But the only things I read was Invincible 142 and 143.
Oh, I read those too.
Did you read them before you gave them to me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Look, I believe I told you if I'm gonna buy your books, I'm gonna read them first.
I think I paid you up front for those ones.
No.
What was that $10 I gave you a couple weeks ago? Which I guess that would have covered 3 books: 141, 142, and 443.
Yeah, but I bought you more than that. I don't know what that $10 you gave me for was.
That was for those books.
I don't think so. Who knows?
That's what it was meant for. I guess maybe I owe you more money. Whatever.
I don't really give a shit because I read them.
Okay, fair enough.
Good books. My polls this week. Avengers 678. Which, here's the part you're going to love about this Avengers story that's going on. Written by Mark Waid and Zub. Friend of the show, Zub.
Yeah.
It is a weekly title for the next 16 weeks.
No.
Yeah.
Subs, why?
Oh, Zubby. So here's the reason I bought this book. Not because I love the Avengers, not because I think the story is going to be a lot of fun. No, it's because of Zub. And Zub and I were talking at the wedding. God, that was a while ago. About this book. And we were talking about just single issues and writers and this and that. And then I also talked to Matt Hawkins about this specifically. Okay. And for the writer, financially, it means a lot more to them if we buy single issues than trades.
Yeah.
So I love you, Zub. I'm buying it.
Okay.
The Beauty, number 19.
I bought that one.
Dark Knight's Metal, number 5. Batman Detective Comics, annual number 1.
I bought that one too.
Which is funny because it's Batman Detective annual number 1. But since this title went back to the numbering from 1940, 50, whatever.
It should be like 50 something.
Right. Yeah. Which I thought was funny, but whatever. The book I want to talk about is going to be The Flash annual number 1.
Okay.
Free this week was Aspen Comics Legacy, the past, present, and future. What? And it gives you a breakdown of everything they've done and what they're doing next.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy that because I don't want it. Which is funny because my comic guy goes, "You want this?" I go, "No, I don't." He goes, "Okay." I'm like, "But Jay does."
I enjoy the Aspen.
I know you do. That's why I said, "But Jay does."
And 90% of that's the art because it's in that Michael Turner style, which is amazing.
And the last thing on my polls this week was Previews issue 353.
Okay.
So I'll talk about The Flash and we can talk about Invincible.
Okay.
The Flash annual number 1, Flash War Prelude.
Okay.
So, it's all about Wally West. The whole thing's about Wally West and how he doesn't know who he is anymore.
Which Wally West is this?
White. Red hair.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa.
I don't go by skin tone. That's racist. I go by hair color.
Okay. I was talking about the color of the symbol on his chest, but that's fine.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was wrong of me to assume otherwise. Racist. So, it's all about Wally and who he doesn't know. He came back from the time stream. Barely anybody remembers him. He wants to know what to do with his life, and it's all about that. He finds out what's going on with Barry's life, how Iris killed the Reverse Flash. All this shit's going south, and he just doesn't know what to do. At the same time, we're seeing glimpses of the future, where the Flash Museum's been destroyed.
Okay.
Are you caught up on Flash?
I'm not.
How far behind are you?
Like 8 issues.
Do you remember when Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, kidnapped
Iris and took her into the future?
Yeah, and destroyed the Time Museum, and she killed him.
Remember.
So that's all the fallout from that.
Okay.
So they're talking about that in the future.
Okay.
And then you find out that the Time Police are coming back to take care of Iris.
Okay.
To figure out what the hell happened and resolve matters. And then the person pulling the strings from the future, in secret, behind the mask, who will bring about a war on all the Flashes, is none other than Zoom.
Oh, all right.
Not the Zoom you're thinking. Not Eobard Thawne. The original Zoom.
Oh.
Hunter Zolomon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. Like, that's the fucking original.
Yeah.
So, again, Williamson wrote it. It's been a lot of fun. I liked this issue a lot. I'm looking forward to the war. Really fast before we get to Invincible, and speaking of Williamson, he is having a movie done.
Oh, really?
Birthright.
Oh, no, I saw this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Skybound's doing it.
Yeah, which is...
That's their imprint. They have.
I know.
But yeah, he's doing a movie.
Yeah.
So I sent him a little message. He doesn't have actually a lot of information on it.
Okay.
It was kind of similar to the Matt Hawkins deal with Hulu.
Oh,
He doesn't have a lot of control.
Right.
He's like, look, man, I don't really know a lot about what's going on, but thanks for shouting out. I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm super excited about it. Him and I will be seeing each other mid-February. So maybe then I'll have some more information about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So Invincible,
Yes.
2 out of the last 3 issues.
One left. There's only one left to go.
One left. And it's funny because all throughout both books it says the final issue is coming out in January.
Yeah.
So I'm reading like 143 and I'm like, it says join us in January. I'm like,
hey, it could have been today.
but it's actually 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it's not.
It comes out on Valentine's Day.
That's romantic.
So 142 is issue 1 of the Robot War.
Yeah.
Invincible finally takes out Robot.
Finally. It's got it coming.
He gets this huge army together, and he goes and he fights Robot and Robot's drones, and he ends up pulling Robot far out into space, and Robot's like, it's so peaceful out here. Which I'm like, hasn't he been to the middle of space plenty of times?
But every time it's always been during the Viltrumite War or the this or the that.
I guess I'm thinking if it's me and I have the ability to go to space,
You would.
I would.
But you're not running the world.
That's true. So Mark ends up killing him, punches him through the chest, kills
Good for
him. And then, yeah, he gets the Immortal to kind of... This is super weird. Somehow they get Robot's brain out of his body.
Yes.
It's still sentient.
Sure is.
Hooked up to a machine.
Yes.
And now all of his ideas that he had to improve the world are just being filtered through Immortal. So he tells the Immortal all of his ideas, and the Immortal decides if it's a good idea or not.
Right. Because now let's be honest. Robot ended all war,
No, and that's...
all crime.
Yes.
So, but he became a power-hungry maniac, whereas the
Right.
Immortal is not. He's already been president before, and he killed it.
Right.
Because
yeah,
the Immortal was Abraham Lincoln.
Right. Which I think it's funny. There's the scene in the cabin where his wife is reading the book about Abraham Lincoln. But no, I mean, that was the conflict for Mark here, is that Robot did, in the grand scheme of things, do a lot of good for the world. He made peace. And like you said, he ended all wars, crimes, everything like this. But Mark just didn't want one person to be in charge.
Well, not only that, but Robot also did a lot of shady shit behind the scenes, right?
So,
and the scene with the Mahler brothers cracked me up.
oh yeah, yeah. Mark flies down, thinks they're about to start a fight or they're doing something shady. He's like, all right, let's make this quick. And they're like, oh no, we're actually helping.
We're cleanup.
We're cleanup. We're helping solve and catalog all this stuff now. It's, oh, you wanted to fight? I was like, no. We also find out Mark has another son.
Which we always kind of knew. We always thought it was the son.
Yeah.
Now we know.
So, yeah, the Viltrumite that raped him ended up being pregnant.
Yes.
So there's now little Marky running around.
I still don't think you can rape a man.
Okay.
That erection takes work. Like, it don't... Like, it's not like you'd be like, all right, look, I'm not willing, but that is. No. Mm-mm.
I have a lot of middle school gym class experiences that would beg to differ.
That's different. That was before you could control your emotions. You're in middle school. Okay. I used to get erect by looking at a pencil sometimes, be like, all right, what's that rubber eraser? Oh, never mind.
Hey, by the way, don't forget your dad's listening to this.
I'm more worried my boss is going to hear that one.
Oh, no,
I have a lot of pencils in my office.
Fair enough.
So that was episode 140, issue 142.
So that was 142. 143, they end up figuring out that they actually need to leave Earth.
The Viltrumites got to leave Earth, yeah.
They decide that there's no way that they're ever going to live peacefully on Earth, and you've got all these people that have not developed their powers yet, that it's just going to go crazy when they do.
And who's not leaving Earth?
Mark's son and his stepfather, I guess.
Yeah, who cares about that guy? It's Mark's son that matters.
Yeah. So obviously that's going to play out in the next issue. The final, the double size, the last issue, 14 years in the making, Invincible 144.
Is it, though?
Well, that's what they're saying.
No, I'm not so sure they are.
Okay.
Yes, they are ending Invincible.
Right.
Yes, Mark Grayson's story is done.
Sure.
But you know whose story rumored is just starting?
Marky?
Tara's.
Oh, yeah.
So we know the last cover, Ryan Otley drew it and released it.
Did you happen to see the image for the preview of 144 in the back of 143?
No.
Different cover. Obviously released 2 months ago.
Right.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be like variant covers.
So rumor is that this is the end of Mark Grayson's story.
But you think there's going to be a Terra story after this?
I've only heard a couple people talk about it. Nobody whose rumors I usually trust.
Sure.
Because there's some people who really tell you, like, well, you said it and you're always right, so we're on board. This one's more just like, I don't know, like rumor is. So I'd be interested to find out.
I am saying that this is going to be the end of Invincible, and that if they do decide to do a new book focusing on Terra or something like that, at least a year out.
Sure. I'm actually, because with the TV show, they might want to have Invincible properties in print.
Sure.
I would prefer personally if they're like, nope, this is it. We're done. Because they told everything they could tell in this story. I feel like if they go back to Terra, they're just going to be rehashing everything that Mark did.
Right.
So
what's going to be any different? There's going to be a whole nother Viltrumite faction that's trying to take over?
No, I think it needs to end.
We're going to find out Battle Beast had a son? Oh. And him and Terra.
What? I'd read that.
I would read that.
I'd read at least the 6-part miniseries about it.
I guarantee you that's already written somewhere online, though. Somebody's got that /fiction out there.
Well, yeah, that's why Incognito Mode was really made. That specific book.
Yeah.
I'm happy if it ends here.
Yeah.
They told the story. We're done. Leave on a high note.
I am also ready to get my Viltrumite tattoo, by the way.
Yeah, let's do it.
Seeing Grace Mark in that uniform at the end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm done.
Right? Yes.
So
hands down.
So that might be the next piece that goes on the arm.
For sure.
Okay.
That's it for me this week.
That's all I got.
We will be back next week.
Next week.
Yes. Next week, episode 302. Take care.
See you.